Hello again, this is Eckert for Billiard Network, and today's tutorial topic is 9-ball. And the break, not so much about the break, but what I want to tell you here about the break is that actually internationally we have a little, controversy. We have to find our way how we are going to rack in the future 9-ball again. Because you have sometimes, in Euro Tour, for example, they use this spot and put the 9-ball on the spot. And they don't use a rack, they use a template, so they have already marked spots on the cloth. So you can just roll them in, okay? And then 9-ball on the spot. Totally different break technique and strategy here, but the main thing is always still, like on all the other breaks, the corner ball. If you break from here, it's this corner ball you have to keep an eye on. But also high percentage on the one ball you have to keep an eye on too. But then you have other events, internationally and always live on television, where they rack still with hand and have the one ball on the spot. For example, the latest matchroom events, they have it like this, but racked from a referee and not allowed to check the rack from the players, right? And then you have also other events where they use templates like that, and on the traditional spot or on the neutral spot, and for example, the International Open was played with the template like this, the old spot, wasn't it? And the referee was racking and not allowed to check again. So, and only allowed to break from inside this box within those two diamonds. So you see so many different rules here, so many different setups with the rack traditionally, with the template, with already marked in spots, 9-ball on the spot, 1-ball on the spot, and everything has its detailed topic about the break. A lot of details. So I don't want to go through all of this. You can read about it in my book anyways, okay, Structure, or check out many other tutorials on the topic. Or maybe I do some more detail. If you would like to, you can write something in the comments. Maybe I'm gonna do an extra tutorial on all those different strategies, on those different kinds of racking the balls in different federations also, right? So we have to wait, we have to be patient and see what the future will bring us. What will be the ultimate solution for 9-ball in the racking strategy, okay? And what will be the future rules for this 9-ball break, okay? So until then, I want to introduce you. The main topic of this tutorial is to introduce a little 9-ball training game. Actually, not only 9-ball. It's about multiple balls. It's I called it, when I discovered it for myself, I called it progressive X ball. We are going to have a closer look at this kind of game. Okay, let's have a look at this break. As an example, I used a magic rack and I set up the 9-ball on the spot, almost like Euro Tour, right? And I don't want to go into details, but what you have to keep an eye on usually is when you break from here, for example, is where does the corner ball go, the 4-ball, directly in there or hitting near there most of the times, but also is coming the 2-ball from this part, 2 rails, sometimes kicking in the 4-ball, sometimes the 4-ball kicks in the 2. And also the 7-ball, which goes into this direction and comes back, also has some interference. So there are 3 balls with a lot of action in that corner, and they sometimes knock themselves in or out also. And also the one ball has a pretty good chance to go on the side. Better than nothing if nothing happens over there. Otherwise, it's the nice target if you keep the cue ball somehow in the center and the one ball won't go there but remains over there, then you have a nice starting spot, right? Otherwise, you don't know where the two ball will end up after the break. Depends where it's in the rack. Okay, but I don't want to go into details and already I'm in the gun media. Okay. Anyhow, let's see how it works. To explain our training game here for 9-ball. Oh, it's by the way a cup break. Usually they do. They try to come here near the third diamond, and so they have a pretty good chance on the 1 and the 4 ball. Right, chances for the corner ball go high if you go closer to the second diamond. Chances on the 1 raises if you go closer to that. So that's why they choose something to get the cue ball near that spot. But this requires like a couple thousand breaks, right, to get the ability. Okay, so you see the 2 ball was going in probably with the help of the 4 ball. The 1 ball was going in and the cue ball was near the second diamond. Not that good, I was already aiming more over there. But this doesn't matter much for our training game. For our training game, it's the matter of how many balls do you like to start with. Do you like to start with 3 balls, 4 balls, 5 balls, 6 balls? Beginners, like 3 balls I would recommend. And then more experienced beginners, 4, 5, 6 balls. So here we got, I made 2 balls, right? That's 3, 6, 7 left on the table. Let's pretend you start with 5 balls. So you take away the lowest 2 balls, which would be 3 and a 4. So you have 5 balls back and you take ball in hand. Okay? And then, with ball in hand, you try to run the table in accordance to the 9-ball rules. If you win, then it's nice, you get a point. If you lose, if you don't run out, you lose. Then your opponent, the ghost, right, gets the point. So you can make a set, raise to 5, raise to 7, raise to 9. That's up to you, but do it on a regular basis. And when you win with 5 balls, then the next set will be with 6 balls. If you win that also, the next set will be with 7 balls. If you lose with 5 balls, the next set you have to play with 4 balls, right? But I would always recommend to rack the full rack, so you get a little experience on the break on the way, until you get the ability to win with 9 balls. And even if you win with 9 balls, you can add up a 10th ball, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 is pretty close to every race. Okay, so you can make sure that you get your spot on the next World Championship if you can't win with 15 balls. I guess my best was so far with 13. It's a long time ago already. And at 14 I lost immediately. Anyhow, maybe some examples. Let's have a look at this game. I hope you're going to like it. So let's have a short look at this, how we're going to handle that. I mean, there are all the topics coming together, you know. Okay, tension line goes here and there. So I go like a backslide, goes here and there. So I go like a little draw and right side spin to get it down there. 6 ball. On a 6 ball, you can make it gentle like this, or going near the center field, right? On the 7 ball. Don't have to be in the center field, but nearby. You see, you can play it a little bit more soft. And then we got this one. should be familiar also with some drills we already had. So you know that some high left, we get it over 2 rails in the center. And if I go a little bit more low, it's getting more there. And then I got a shot on the 8. Or, if you like, you can play it very soft and play the 8 in the side. Personal choice, I will say. Most players go for that because they are so familiar with the center field. And here you see, tangent line goes over there, X right more like this, so I make it just nice draw shot to the right and back. Then step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, and 2, okay. 5, 6, 7, and 7. All right, that's about it. That's about the training game in 9-ball. Not specifically 9-ball, but the breaks makes it more specifically, but generally it's a rotational game. Yeah, you have to play in order. I hope you like that tutorial. I hope you're going to like this training game, which will keep you busy probably for a while. Can guide you your whole life. I'm still working on it, right? Actually, I'm working on 11 balls again, and I was already a couple of years more further. But anyhow, yeah, this was Rafika for Billiard Network. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you next time.